Tracy here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today's video is not the video I originally had planned for today. I was going to post a vlog, but got busy, didn't pick up the camera, and only ended up filming like 2 clips for it. So that's obviously not gonna work. So I thought today we would talk a little bit about what's been going on in my life, sort of, not really a life update because it's not really an update, but more just like talk to you a little bit about what's been going on. I want to talk about my health. I want to talk about my budget. So if you're interested in those topics, keep watching. So I'm sitting in my car this morning. Don't mind my wet hair and crazy appearance. I just got out of the shower. I'm getting ready to head into work, but I have a few minutes. And I thought we would just chit chat a little bit. Mostly I want to talk about my budget because I've gotten quite a few requests to bring back budget videos. And while I'm not opposed to that, I actually feel like sharing some type of budget video with you guys would help me get kind of back on track. The reality is, I haven't really been budgeting. For those of you that don't know, I feel like most of you watching do. My husband and I took over the company that my husband worked for the last 20 plus years back in February. We bought the business. He and I have been running that business ever since. And at that point in time, our budget really changed. For one, you know, we have a whole business budget we have to incorporate. Our income went up, obviously adding an income source for me. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 20 years prior to this, and while I always brought in a little bit of income with my side hustle here on YouTube and Etsy, I guess you can't really call it a side hustle, it was my only hustle outside of momming. So we added that income source, so our income went up, but also at the same time, I got a lot busier, obviously, and so budgeting kind of wasn't a top priority. And then also just like lifestyle creep happened. We were busier, so we were eating out more to compensate for that. And I say were, but really we are eating out more to compensate for that. You know, the price of groceries skyrocketed, and we are relying on more convenience foods, and you know, like we added a truck payment. So budgeting kind of went out the window. I was just putting everything on a credit card and then paying that credit card off each week. I wasn't really sitting down and writing a budget so much as just checking off that I paid the bills that needed to be paid. A lot of what we were going in and paying each week, like sinking funds, went away. There just wasn't time for it. And as with anything, if you neglect your budget, things tend to go off the rails. And that has happened to us. We have accumulated a little bit more credit card debt, which is kind of the opposite of what I originally anticipated happening, right? Like with higher income, we should be able to pay off debt quicker. But like I said, lifestyle creep happens. My shopping addiction kind of came back full force when I wasn't using cash and tracking everything I was spending. And so, yeah, it's hard to post budget videos when you're not budgeting. That being said, I do want to get back into budgeting. Obviously, we need to. We have this debt we still want to tackle. It's just making it fit with my new lifestyle, having less time. Like, I used to dedicate a couple hours at the start of the month to write the budget, and then like, I don't know, 20 minutes a day, updating it, checking in with it, you know, going to the bank to get cash. And it was a lot of time that I devoted to my budget. And obviously that's why I was thriving with the budgeting, was because I had all that time to devote to it. I was making it a priority. But now, the time just isn't there. So I have to figure out a way to maintain my budget without it taking up a ton of time. I don't think that cash spending is going to work for me anymore. I just don't, I don't have the time and I don't have the capacity to like, you know, go through and put things into cash envelopes necessarily, though I may consider doing that for sinking funds. I definitely want to get back to sinking funds and saving for the things that we know are coming. Right now, we have been saving money, but it's all just been going into like one envelope for my son's car. Back when I was actively budgeting, I talked to you guys about how we were going to be buying Austin a car. He'll be 16 in January. He's starting driver's training in December. We really want him to learn to drive in the car he's going to be driving, and so our goal is to purchase him a car before he starts driver's training. But cars are expensive now. When we bought my oldest son, Robbie, his car, it was like $1,500. Now you can't even like buy a bicycle for that, it seems like. So, you know, we have a goal to save a certain amount of money, and we've been putting money in there, but I haven't even really been tracking it or counting it, so I don't even know what's in there. So, my plan for budgeting is just to continue to sock money away for his car, and once we have the car and all of that purchased, I want to make it a priority to get back to sinking funds, saving for things like medical expenses, vet appointments, that sort of thing. So I don't really know how to share my budget because I can't really talk about income. I never really talked about income before, but really can't talk about it now with like the business and all of that. So leave me some suggestions. What would you like to see in terms of budgeting videos? Keeping that in mind. But I definitely feel like sharing budgeting videos again with you guys would get me sort of back on track with wanting to budget and having somebody to stay accountable to. So leave me some feedback about that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is my health. I've had a couple of requests to discuss my health journey. I've been actively, like, back when I was posting videos regularly, I was actively trying to cut out processed foods and do more whole foods for my sarcoidosis. I was trying to lose weight. With the going to work thing, time thing, priority shifting thing, it hasn't happened. Clearly, I have not lost any weight. However, this past week, I really kind of recommitted to that. Not so much trying to eat like whole foods and less processed foods, but more cutting out sugar and cutting out like the junk food that I eat all the time. So sorry about that. My neighbor came out of his house and was pulling out of his driveway, and he looked at me like I was crazy for sitting in my car talking to a camera. I'm in my driveway right now. But I was saying the past week, really it's been 5 days, I've been focusing on cutting out carbs and processed sugars and things. So I've been focusing, it's not keto, it's not carnivore, I'm not counting carbs or anything like that. I'm just actively not eating bread and sweets and sugar and those things, and been focusing more on meats, you know, like proteins, fat and vegetables. So I guess it could be considered keto, but like I said, I'm not counting anything. I'm just eating until I'm full, not counting calories or anything, and just trying to cut out those processed sugars, because I am the type of person who very easily could binge eat my way through like a whole box of oatmeal cream pies and not even blink. Very much addicted to sugar, and I'm trying to cut that out. And that's been my focus, like not counting calories, not counting carbs, nothing like that, just trying to cut those foods out. It's been easier than I thought. I think just because that's the only thing I'm focusing on. I'm not also trying to like eat fewer calories or anything. So, you know, I can just eat as much as I want of the foods that aren't, you know, bread, honey buns, that sort of thing. I'm still having my coffee every morning with half and half, and just trying to focus on like not snacking, having like 2 or 3 meals a day, and that's been good so far. And haven't really like been tracking my process or anything. It was just really like when I overeat, it's junk food, it's candy, it's potato chips, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to cut those things out. I do want to lose some weight. That is my ultimate goal. And so I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if it works, but you guys will have to let me know if you're interested in seeing videos on that topic. Eating low carb. I don't know, I don't want to put a label on it because I'm not trying to fit my diet into any like one box. I'm just trying to find something that's maintainable. I'm never gonna eat sugar or pumpkin pie or whatever again. I'm thinking about Thanksgiving, for example, when I say pumpkin pie. Definitely still gonna have those things here and there, but just trying to limit them because I definitely overdo it when I eat those foods. So in terms of the rest of my health, I haven't had any sarcoidosis flare-ups, which is really good. I've been feeling relatively okay, other than just like fat, you know, all the things that come along with it. I want to really work on being less sedentary and moving, but right now I'm just trying to focus on cutting out the sugar. So if you've ever kind of led a lifestyle like low carb, keto, carnivore, that sort of thing, if you kind of check that box, if you'd like to leave me some tips, advice, that sort of thing down below, I'd love to hear from you. If it worked for you, if you hated it and then you turned into, you know, a vegan, whatever, I'd like to hear some feedback from you. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. That's like my little health update. Basically, I haven't really been making health a priority, nor have I been making my budget a priority, but those are both things that were very heavy on my 2023 goals, and there's still a few months left in 2023, so I'm trying to, you know, make it all work, balance it between work, YouTube. I've been trying to get back into YouTube because that's so good for my mental health, and just kind of, now that I'm out of that initial, like, work phase and trying to just survive every day, trying to slowly incorporate my goals back in. So that's my little update. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see some kind of budget or health diet videos in the future, because I could definitely share that with you. Thanks so much for watching and not minding my wet hair, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.